Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold episode. On today's episode, we are revisiting 2022 by showing you a game with Virtual World and, or showing you multiple games with Virtual World, and most notably, the reason I'm bringing up the year is because we also played against Eldlich, kind of. You'll have to see the game, it was very funny, and there's a reason that I'm specifically showing you this deck. I didn't really have a plan to show you this deck, the games were good with it. So here's the list, and if you don't know, Virtual World was a deck that was top tier for quite some time and kind of fell off, but I still think that it's pretty good. It's a pretty fun rogue deck, and I still think it's pretty underrated. It's not insane by any stretch of the imagination, but it is pretty good, and it's good against, it's not great against Kashira, but it's good against a lot of the other decks, and so there you go. So let's quickly do the card by card and the explanation. I don't think much has changed since the last time I did this, but we are playing the triple maxi, the double gamma, as well as the one driver, as well as triple ash blossom for our hand traps. The reason for gamma, pretty simple. It allows us easy access into Stardust Dragon with the Stardust Dragon Excel Synchro, as well as into Baron and the Supreme Sovereign Changing, which is pretty strong. And since we are specifically utilizing things like Emergency Teleport, as well as things like Kowloon and Keenlong and stuff like that, and we special summon from the hand a lot, it means that Gamma is pretty live. So there's that. And then we are playing the Fenrir package, because Fenrir is very strong, and it also allows us access to our 10s a little bit more easily because of our level 3 tuner in Lulu, as well as our other level 3 tuner in Nyan, and Lao Lao technically can also be a level 3, so there's that. Yeah, we're also playing the Adventure Engine. We have the one Water Enchantress, the one Griffin Rider, and of course the two Rite of Aramesir, one Fateful Adventurer, and one Draco Pack. Now I know what you're saying, this is pretty bricky, but the thing is, Virtual World is always bricky. Doesn't really matter what you play, you just don't really have the necessary materials to play everything, and you kind of need to see not very specific cards, but at least a Virtual World name that you can either special summon or activate in order to then continue your plays, which oftentimes isn't always going to happen. So there's that. Having things like the Adventure Engine to at least hold us or help us for a turn is pretty nice. Next up, we have ourselves the Virtual World cards. We're starting with the one Yan Yan. It's just a free special summon, kind of. It can also be a tuner, which is pretty nice. Then we have the triple Lulu, the heart and soul of the deck, because it allows us to actually search a card, which is pretty nice. One that is not the one that we target on the field. We have ourselves the triple Gigi, triple Lao Lao, triple Lili for the search during the end phase, the special summon from the grave, as well as the send to the grave. And then all of these also can send a card to the graveyard on activation as well. Not on activation, but as the first part of the effect, right? We then have Kowloon in order to set things, or activate things like the Keenlong or the Chuche from the deck, which is very strong and very important because it allows us to actually utilize our Virtual Worlds more efficiently. So of course we're playing 3 of this. We're playing 2 Keenlong because it's not great to actually draw unless you also see one of your names, but most of the time you're actually wanting to see one of your traps, or specifically Kowloon, because sending a trap to the graveyard isn't nearly as effective as being able to send a spell, which is specifically the Keenlong, because it allows you to then banish it from the grave in order to search a card, which is pretty nice. Then we have the 2 Chuche in order to pop a card or modulate levels, and then the one Zhuanwu in order to special summon back. We're also playing 2 Emergency Teleport and 2 Called By as the rest of our spells. So we're playing 42 cards as well, because there isn't really much that we could cut. I guess we could cut E-Telly, but it came up quite a few times just to have it, which was pretty nice. Next up, we have ourselves the extra deck, which we're running 1 Stardust Charge as a 6, as well as 1 Coral Dragon as well as a 6. So yeah, 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner. It comes up where you want one or the other, because sometimes you have Lao Lao, sometimes you have Lili, sometimes you have the Lulu, and sometimes you have the Gigi on the board after the Synchro Summon, and so yeah, you just want one or the other, basically. We're playing the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon package with Ultimaya Zolkin. Can anyone explain to me why this is not considered a Synchro Summon? Why is this card not a Synchro Summon? I do not understand. You have to use a tuner and a non-tuner? Why not just make it a Synchro Summon? Just have it be that you can utilize any of the other levels. Baffles my mind, but whatever. Anyway, we're also playing the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon for that, obviously, which is pretty strong as well, because this card is just insane. We then have ourselves the one Stardust, or Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon, which allows us to go into things like Baron or the Sovereign after going for Gamma. Just make sure that you actually activate this or go into this card before going into the virtual world stuff, because this locks you into 3 or higher monsters, which is notably not something that you can notably not something you can summon off of the Stardust Dragon here. So there's that. We then have the 1 Vermilion Dragon Mech, the 1 Ravenous Croco Dragon as our other 9s, and then of course the 1 Shen Shen. Of course, Baron and Changing are also in here because we have the ability to make 10s with things like Wandering Griffin Rider, as well as the Rite of Aramesir token. We then have also the Final Sigma, which does come up occasionally. Sometimes you just have the ability to go Lili and Lao Lao into the Final Sigma because you don't have access to like an Ultimate Zolkin or what have you line. So there's that. And then we have a few Xyzs. We have the 1 Cicada King with the 2 3s. We can make this guy, which is pretty strong. We have Fan Fan, which is just kind of like a way to make a rank 6. This should probably be Beatrice, I'm not gonna lie. We have 1 Hyperiton. It's okay. And then we have 1 Double Isaias. And that's it for the deck. Let's hop into the replay and show you how this deck performed. But before we get into the replay, I do have an announcement to make, and that is I'm going to be doing a 24-hour stream from November 25th to the 26th, where I'm going to see how high of a rank I can get within 24 hours trying to reach Master Tier on a brand new Master Duel account, starting from 0 and working my way all the way up. So if you want to come check that out, again, that is the 25th of November to the 26th. We will be starting at noon Mountain Standard Time, and we will be just seeing how far I can get. We have some incentives as well, like tournaments that I will eventually host and cosplays and stuff like that. So if you want to see that, come check it out. And then also, there'll be a community post polling for decks that I've like put together for like decks that would be interesting to build and to play to get to Master Tier. So be on the lookout for that, and you can vote. But yeah, that's going to be it. Let's hop into the replays and show you how this deck performs. Alright, so here we are going first with a... Well, yeah, it's adventure. That's what this is. So we're going to grab the Rite of Aramesir, and we have a driver in hand, because of course we do. We're going to go and activate the Rite of Aramesir, and then activate the Griffin Rider. I don't know why I decided to do this the way that I do, but I do, and it ends up costing me the ability to actually have my my equip spell. But honestly, if they end up summoning anything, we get the equip spell, so there's that. We're going to grab the Chuche as well during the end phase, or during the main phase, and then set the Called By. Of course, my opponent Kaiju's me, because why would they not? But we do get to, at the very least, grab my my equip spell. Out comes Dracoback, or not Dracoback, Vishara. Don't know what's going on. This is 60 cards. I thought it was Skull Servant. It's not. They're going to set to 2 and pass. I'm thoroughly confused as to what is happening here, but it's fine. I grab the Maxi and just bounce the Vishara back to the hand. Scarlet Sanguine. What? What? Okay, Maxi, I'll try and get the draw at the very least, and then... No, just kidding. Debunk. What? Debunk? Debunk? Okay, yeah. I can't beat Eldlich. Look at him! Oh no, he's hot! And I also literally can't beat him. So I'm just going to put Gamma Seal into defense position and pray. My opponent goes for the incredible Ecclesia. I do not know what's happening here. I am thoroughly confused, but okay. We're just going to call by that because, of course, we are. And proceed from there and hope that we can actually do something. Pass. Okay, cool. We're not dead. I will simply draw a virtual world name. That's not the virtual world name I was looking for. That's a gate. I'm gonna bounce the monster here just so that I can go to the battlefield. And Golden Swordsoul. Yeah. Why am I surprised? I don't know. Sure. Okay. Yeah. Here comes Vishara. I can't do anything about that. Sure. Vishara. Yeah, for sure. Out comes Monk. They're gonna go and activate the Vishara, and they are going to, of course, bounce the Kaiju. And then not Kaiju over the token. I don't know what's happening. Maxi, again! Okay! I'm gonna bounce the back row. I don't know what it is, but it's scary. We're gonna bounce it, then we're gonna walk into the Monk. Cool. Pass. Yeah. I'm gonna maxi here because I know that they have the kaiju, and I don't want them to just kaiju my token and not get anything. They just pass. They just don't have anything. Okay, that's fine. Oh, we can play the game. Let's go. GG. We're gonna activate the effect of my Draco back, bouncing back their monster. And then we're gonna go for the GG to the witch maxi. Of course. Now, to be fair, I do actually make a horrible play here because I don't send the spell. I send Nyan Nyan. I don't know what I'm doing. I genuinely don't. I think my brain has broken at this point, and I'm just very confused. Also, I'm not very good at Virtual World because I don't play it enough, and it is rather complicated. Not complicated, but it's difficult to remember some of the things that that the deck does. I remember all the combos. But I do Tribute Driver, which is funny. So I'm going to deal some damage and just hope and pray that that's enough. We're going to add back the Nyan Nyan. For no real reason, I just do. You know, maybe it'll do something. My opponent then goes for the Eldlich, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. Obviously, they're going to not deal with the token. They're going to Draco back. Sometimes reading is hard. Out comes Long One, and I go, okay, surely here we make Baron and pop the token, right? Obviously, that's going to happen. They're going to pop Driver, aren't they? They're going to be stupid and pop Driver, right? Oh my gosh, they hit the token. Whew! Eldlich, sure. Waking the Dragon. Okay, yeah, no, that's totally fine. Yeah, Waking the Dragon. Waking the Dragon and Fists of the Unrivaled Tenny, by the way. Fists of the Unrivaled Tenny and Waking the Dragon were the 2 cards. Absolutely wild. They're going to attack directly, sure. Okay, there is not a chance that we win this game. We're so boned. And we draw Ash. Okay, not really great. I'm going to activate the Keenlong. Maybe it'll do something. Whoa, we negate! Chat, we can play the game. We can do it. We can win this game. Fantastic. Let's activate the Keenlong here. We're going to activate it. Banish. We're going to send it to the graveyard this Nyan Nyan. But we get the Lulu, and we already have the Chuche on the field because we activated that, like, turn 1. We're going to send it the Keenlong. That's fine. We're going to grab the Lao Lao, and we are off to the races. The Nyan Nyan special summons itself. We're going to activate the effect of the Lao Lao to special summon itself, as well as the Gigi, while sending the Zhuanwu. We're going to draw into the emergency teleport, which allows me to then go for the Ultimate Zolgan into the Crystal Wing Synchro. And guess what? That is technically game. We're going to special summon it back the Gigi, pitching the Ash Blossom, and I'm just going to go to battle phase and walk right over this guy, dealing 3k damage, which is just over lethal. Good game. Wild game. Alright, here we are going first, and of course I draw double Fenrir. Why would I not? We're going to special summon the Fenrir, and then we're going to activate our effect of the Water Enchantress, and we're going to go for the Rite of Aramasir. We're going to go for Rite of Aramasir, grab up the token, and then go for the Fateful Adventure to grab up the Griffin Rider. We already have the Draco back, because of course we do. So we're going to go Draco back, and then Griffin Rider, special summoning it, and here is where I would love to be able to make, like, I don't know, a rank 7 of some kind? I don't know, Galaxy Tomahawk? Galaxy Tomahawk wouldn't have been great here, but you get the point. I don't set the Zhuanwu because I'm stupid. That's it. I just genuinely forgot, and I should have activated it, and I didn't, and that's goof on my part. My opponent goes for the Cashier Unicorn into Tier Limit Cash, which they mill me? For some reason, I do not know what's going on, but away the birth goes. They're going to go to the battle phase and not read what my cards do, and yeah, token sticks around. They're then going to special summon out the Rise Heart. Here they actually activate the Unicorn, to which obviously I'm going to negate that, and then they go for the Rise Heart here, banishing, of course, the one of, and yeah, they just pass on Shang. They also normal summon Rise Heart, not knowing that Rise Heart is a once per turn. I draw E-Telly, so we're going to activate that during the draw phase. Special summoning out the Nyan Nyan. And then my opponent concedes because they didn't read my cards. Draco back. Just shuffles the card away. Cool, good game. I love Kashtira. Alright, we're back with the deck, and yeah, I know these weren't the greatest of players, but I just had to show you that first game, I should say. It was awesome. Fantastic. Yes, I know I'm bad at this deck, but it's still very fun to play. Virtual World is a deck that is still thoroughly slept on. I think it has a lot of potential. Not potential. I think it has a lot of just goodness. It's just good. I think it's very strong still to this day. And yeah, it can play like some pretty decent hand traps and stuff like that. It's not exactly the most consistent, so I'm not going to say that it's like great or anything like that, but it is fun. It does have some cruel combos, especially post VFD and all of that stuff. And yeah, that's basically it. I don't really have anything else for you. I do like the water and transfer stuff and the adventure and all of that stuff. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope that you guys did indeed enjoy. If you did, a like is very much appreciated. And if you want to check out more content like this, as well as more Yu-Gi-Oh!, then just be sure to subscribe. And thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye. Shout out to the Frost Guard, my members. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope you enjoy the content.